Hyper Peaches! Welcome to our 18th episode. I'm Erica.
And I'm Joyce.
Feels good. Finally
Feels good?
saying that hello Hyper Peaches, start
Face to face.
Yeah, together.
We were about to do Zoom like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. Can you tell people why?
It's because we haven't maneuvered with GarageBand, and it takes a little technology brain to kind of plug everything in and make sure the mic works. I feel like the most important part is to make sure the mic works.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it doesn't. But
that's like the only issue, honestly.
Have you realized when we don't enjoy doing something, we're just like, fuck it, let's just do it. And that was you. You just came over, sat in my laptop, and you were just like pressing the buttons.
Yeah, I need to get this over with. We need to move on.
Yeah, but now we're at the good part.
Yes.
Let's rate our week.
Ooh, this week is long for me, I think. But at the same time, it is good.
Yeah. What number good?
9.
Wow. Okay, I'm shocked.
Yeah, you are?
Because I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna be very down to earth, and I'm gonna be 7 about it,
it started off like a 6.
Yeah.
Of course, right, Monday blues and blah blah blah, stuff going on. Life, just life in general. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And then it goes up to, I play tennis, so I feel good about it. It's like 7.5. And then we serve.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes
everything so much better.
It just sums up the week at a perfect 9.
That's so true. I would rate. Wait, you are 9, right?
How's yours?
8?
8? No, not bad.
That's a comfortable place.
Would you say, before our surf class today, how would you rate it?
Probably a 7, 7.5.
Okay, so not too bad.
Not too bad. I think mental health quite good. Just quite steady and consistent. I mean, work week, and then there was just life shit. But I think when the weekend comes, it's really, and then when you have fun stuff, aka surfing, ahead of you, it's just it's so refreshing and something to look forward to, and just ocean is just so calming and healing.
Yeah,
it makes it all worth it.
Just the sound of the waves.
I know.
Or the tides. Is it the tide or the wave? What the hell?
Can someone explain the difference between tides and waves? Because our coach trying to explain what the difference, right?
Yeah.
And we were just blanking out.
Yeah, and my response is interesting. That's my response to most stuff.
I mean, it's a polite way to basically say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you.
Exactly. Oh, and also I met a fellow podcaster this week. I'm not gonna mention.
Do they listen to us?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I hope they listen. But
they might get bored.
No, they
this specific friend of mine might get bored because it's just
we're really different from them.
Really different, kind of different.
Hey, but difference
more gender specific way.
Well, maybe in the future we could
maybe
do a podcast together
if they're interested, if they're down.
That'd be
if you're
fun.
Listening, then you know who you are.
You know who you are.
Consider that.
All right, I think. Do you want to jump in?
Sure.
Of this week's topic.
This week's is a more. The main theme is culture. So another cultural trend in Hong Kong that we want to dive into, it's coffee.
Woohoo!
Let me ask you this: what kind of a coffee drinker are you, Joyce? Do you drink it black? Do you Is it 1 coffee a day? Is it necessary for you? No. It's 2 for me.
I think it really.
Yeah.
I think I'm not really much of a bitter drinker. Coffee does have that bitter sense to it. But if you add milk, I'm down with it. So anything that's latte related.
Milk and sugar? Do you need sugar?
Well, a little bit of sugar. Well, even today, this morning, the latte I had no sugar.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with like
I can't drink
some
my
kind of
I can't drink my coffee
without sugar.
with sugar. I can't drink it with sugar.
Okay. But yeah, I think I'm more of like a tea latte kind of girl. Like matcha, hojicha.
Yeah.
Also just like like mocha. Just like some kind of element that ties into coffee a little bit. That's my vibe.
Yeah, I understand.
Basic vibes.
I think mine just like varies. Like
Really?
if it's a Monday, actually if it's a weekday, if
It varies
in the
by
morning,
mood.
like I have to work, then I would prefer mostly black.
Interesting.
Because it just gives me that like, you have to like serious work mode, because it's like kind of bitter.
Yeah.
And it forces you to focus.
Yeah.
But then a weekend, a chill day, then when I'm not drinking booze,
Then you're drinking coffee.
Yeah.
You know what we should do next time? We should, or even after this, we should do like a poll on our IG story and see how many people drink coffee. Whereas just like do a poll of how many percentage drinks coffee.
I'm sure 90%.
You think so?
90%.
Interesting.
Yeah. The only 10% that don't drink is probably those that are afraid that teeth might get yellow.
Oh yeah. You just have to brush your teeth after.
Yeah. You know what I really want to try?
What?
Emma Chamberlain's coffee.
Can you buy it offline? I mean, can you buy it online?
So the other day I saw at the metro station that this girl is carrying the Emma Chamberlain tote bag. It's my first time seeing anyone like
buying the merch
or using the merch in Hong Kong.
But
it's really big.
What a dream goal to have a merch.
Oh yes.
Because she's doing her own coffee beans. She's doing
a lot.
She's
of
doing podcasts.
What would be the first merch product that you think like ideally for us, if we were to have one? First product.
Just because I finished surfing, can we do like a rash guard?
But anyone gonna buy it? I mean, it's like
you should.
Why?
To protect your skin from like sunburn when you go out.
And it's waterproof.
Exactly.
You can wear it to work.
It
rains a lot in Hong Kong.
Well, I mean, in summer, right? I think a lot of people do tend to or do want to go more outdoors now.
Yeah.
And
true.
You could wear it when you're kayaking. You could wear it to a boat party. You could wear it to surfing lesson. Any water activities can apply, and we'll make it look good with our extensive research.
You have this like peach, like a big ass peach in the
front, and that's about it.
In the chest area.
That's pretty much it.
Oh no, sorry, it should be in the butt area.
Well, how about for guys? Like a peachy board short?
It would be in the front, but like.
Oh my god. No, but in all honesty, I think I would either want to do like just something really simple, like a tote bag or a graphic t-shirt.
But that would be too mainstream. Are we too mainstream anyways? Are we mainstream?
You know, there's a reason why some people are mainstream. I think it's okay to be mainstream if something is working, right?
True.
Like sometimes it doesn't take like you going out of your way to do something that is like very different, very extraordinary, because that could possibly not work too, right? So it's just really going to like, what really fits your demographic, what really speaks to your audience, and what is something that we're both passionate, and if all those things align, then it really doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah.
We're getting off track, but anyways.
I mean, not really, because like coffee is like a mainstream thing. But so a little bit of a, not exactly history, but now that I think about it, like I guess I started drinking coffee like probably more than 10 years ago. Right?
Yeah,
I had my first sip and kind of just
changed your life.
Changed my life, yeah. I guess. But that time in Hong Kong, I don't think there are a lot of coffee shops around. It's like the OGs are just like, there's this place called 18 grams. It's in Causeway. That's like one of the, I think we've been together.
I think we've been.
Yeah. At that time,
it's like a very small, like, alley coffee shop.
Yeah, want to find a coffee shop in Hong Kong, then there's only a few. Like, name it. There's like, 5, 6 max. And of course, there are chains like Starbucks, Pacific Coffee.
Those have always just been like there.
Yeah. Actually, the one in Chimsha-choy at Star Avenue, there's like a rooftop Starbucks that used to be me and Cindy go to. Like we studied there almost every day.
Do you remember
You ever
the
walk
name?
past it? It's Starbucks.
Oh, Starbucks.
Yeah, but they have like this platform, this rooftop area. They have a second floor, and it's like a rooftop-ish vibe.
Okay.
And it's really nice, just like sitting there because it's also next to the harbor. Yeah. And so what I really want to say is that back then, you can't find, any niche or like
it's not as
shop.
accessible as like whereas like now it's like there's like one street 10 cafes.
Seriously.
That's true. And I would also say like COVID really just
speeds up
the process of this business or this cultural trend, right?
I know. I would say if I have to split it down, it's like there's 3 generations. Or like 3 cycles, whatever you call that. So the first, or 3 waves, you'd see, because we're serving today, so it's waves.
Okay. That took me a while, because I thought you said 3 ways. I was like, waves. Waves. And then you said waves. Nice.
I'm sorry.
Make me laugh, Erica.
So first wave is just, it's the Starbucks and like the roaster, meaning that, the places that you can just, like the online shops, you can just buy the beans and then you just
they're purely just selling their own beans.
Yeah, you brew your own coffee at home, but that is for some like serious coffee drinker, because really I don't think a lot of people
really niche
know how to brew their own coffee at home. And then I think there's a second wave, right? There's a second wave, like during our like
college years.
Yes, high school to college years.
I would say so, but it was still a little like, I think it was like at the exploring stage.
Yeah.
Like the like individual brands are like kind of there, but they're still figuring out what demographic will work for them. And I think through that time, it like people who I feel like who started then, like I would say before the pandemic started, are quite smart. Like they're quite, what do you call it, pioneers or like visionaries.
Yeah.
Just because like I feel like people just started riding on this trend after COVID started, where they trying to find like peace and calm and just like trying to be interested in something.
Yeah, well, I mean, can't blame them. I guess some of them really want to start earlier, but that's just because the rent and like COVID, because during COVID, like the rent just dropped so much, dropped a lot. So it's basically accelerated the boom of the whole coffee scene in Hong Kong. Right?
Where do you like, I want to ask you, if you were to go to like, just on top of your head, like if you would go to like cafes right now, what is like that region that you would go to?
Oh, region.
Like that like district,
I like Prince Edward or Ho Man Tin.
So on the Kowloon side.
If I'm the Kowloon side. If not, then I quite like K-Town. Yeah.
K-Town is a quite developing place, I would say. Up and coming.
Yeah. Because like Central is a little too
mainstream, too crowded with everything.
Too crowded mostly.
Yeah.
And then like North Point, Tin Hao, those are just kind of far. I don't know why. Like once I have to switch the trains, then I feel far.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, but K-Town is like close to the sea.
I think for me, just because I'm a different coffee drinker than you, but I would still prefer places that are less congested with everything else. So that's why K-Town really aligns. I do still like Songwan a lot.
Yeah.
Just because it has that like kind of easygoing, laid back, and it's very accessible to go to.
Ooh, you remember us going to this Arabica shop in K-Town,
I really like that shop, yeah.
Oh my god, they have the best shop front.
Arabica is originally from Japan, right?
Yeah, that's why the whole minimalistic
concept,
the decor just ties in with a lot of the Japanese cafes that you can see. Like Kyoto, Tokyo.
Do you think Arabica or like these like big chain stores that are like doing more like that are paying more attention to like interior design, they're paying more attention to like their specialty
For
beans.
sure.
They're like really like the top of the chain, like influencers to like these smaller local cafes.
I think so. But that's getting also a little boring because like their style get like a lot of
Duplicated.
Yeah, exactly. So you see a lot of similar cafes out there. It's just
Yeah.
always either what do you call that, like 工業風, like industrial style.
Yeah,
or
there's
like,
a lot.
Yeah,
out
like black
there.
and white, or like all black, or
Yeah.
all white,
Yeah.
or like Japanese minimalistic, so like a lot of wooden interiors you see, or it's like 香港冰室 vibe, so the 茶餐廳.
What do you call that? Like a vintage Hong Kong vibe.
Yes, I would say so. So yeah, it's getting a little boring,
and
isn't
expected.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on what type of a cafe person you are, really. I would say, how many types of cafe person can you think of, like off the top of your head? I can always like categorize them into like,
I would say less than 10.
less than
5 to
10. 5, yeah.
5 to
What
10.
type of a like
coffee drinker am I?
coffee drinker? I already know because you're like not very like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like cafe.
What type of cafe I look for? I think because I have the flexibility to sometimes occasionally work from home, I think cafe would just be a really good place for me to wind down and get some work done if I wanted to, or even just like have my laptop and like read some articles or do some YouTubing or even working on hyper peaches. It's just a really good place to know that like everybody is like doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's keeping to themselves, also while drinking like a really nice coffee or like latte or like tea, if whatever you like. And it's just like the really good common feeling where you just feel very zen, right? And you can really focus on whatever is in front of you. So for me, I would say if I go to a cafe, I do look for that kind of space where I can feel like I can be myself and I could do my own thing. How about you?
I guess I like that, and I also really like those very European style cafes. There used to be a few that I like. It's like hidden in the alley.
Yeah.
With very basic stuff. Like they don't have those like innovative drinks. Like, I don't know, like they don't even have coffee tonic. They don't have any kind of non-caffeinated drinks. They only have a few pastry and stuff. But I really like it because it gave me that like so cliche, but really like a Parisian cafe vibe. I like those. I really like those.
Like the ones that like, I mean, very they do pay attention to their interior, but it feels very homey, it feels very cozy, just like you could just like be outdoors and soak up the sun.
Exactly. It's like in the alley and you're just looking out on the street and they like
can
open
people
those
watch.
windows, so there's also a bench right outside the shop. It's all red. You can just sit by the window, or you can like sit at a bench, like smoke a cigarette, not for me, but you know, like for some people, and then come back in. And it's the whole thing, the whole vibe.
For sure.
So vibey. But it's no longer there. It's kind of sad. It got replaced by all the hyped industrial style cafe. All the other like new cafes.
Would you say like, I feel like, to be honest, like grabbing a coffee, whether you're like grabbing to go, whether you're just like, any type of coffee and any type of cafe that you're going, like big or small, the price is quite steep.
It is in Hong Kong
especially. Well, after my travels too, I would say compared to like Ho Chi Minh, but like in New York, it's quite expensive.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's because it's New York.
It's New York. Everything is steep.
Yeah, but like if you go to, you also went to Atlanta, right? It should be better.
I went to Atlanta, but I didn't get coffee.
I see.
But actually, there's a lot of wealthy people in Atlanta too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corporate people who work there, so I think the price it's like fairly the same,
Yeah.
relatively the same, not as much cheaper. But I would almost say like getting a coffee now is like, if you're not making yourself, if you're like going outside, it's quite a like luxurious
It is.
activity,
It is.
beverage, right?
Yeah.
It used to be like what, 20 to 30 Hong Kong dollars, which is like,
I mean, it hasn't been
like that for a long
it
time.
hasn't been like that for a long time. It's like that in like charn teng, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like if you buy, dude, even if you buy like a canned coffee in like 7-Eleven, it costs you like almost $20. So quite expensive.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I feel like now I'm trying to balance, like if I'm like a work-life balance person, I would say a cafe is a really good medium for me. Whereas like I go there and I have the flexibility to focus on work, or do like something that I'm like doing a side passion project, or doing like work, or just listening to music, or like just relaxing it's so not unrestrained that I feel like I can just be in my own world.
True.
You know?
Yeah, but that really, you know what? So the cafe setting is like so
important. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I were to be in a cafe and I want to be actually doing some work and be on my own, like in my own zone, then I would prefer, I don't know, it like they have fewer space, fewer seats, and just like more minimal, and like
you're sounding like you're trying to like open your own coffee shop, which I support.
I really want to.
I can envision it.
I've been to quite a
handful of cafes
in Hong Kong, outside of Hong Kong. So I think I have a like brief idea of what I like if I were to open one, which I really want to, like what kind of cafe
would work for you. And
I'm trying to think of the one that I've been to that is my favorite. It's the one in Taiwan. It's also in LA. Well, actually, it's kind of similar to the Parisian cafe that I just told you about. But that cafe, they like, because you know, like there used to be fewer cafes, I would say. So the people who go there are actually really like interested, like really serious coffee drinkers, I would say. So they ask questions about, you know, coffee, they like get technical, or they just really work on their stuff. But you know how like most people here go to cafes these days are for doing it for the gram, take way too many pictures.
It's just sometimes a lot of FOMO, and therefore they go for the sake of it.
So the one that I went to in Taiwan, they almost like explicitly forbids people to use their phones, or like forbids them to like take way too many pictures. It's like
interesting.
I like it.
I also think that like we talked about this right before we started this podcast, was how cafes are also turning more into like a lifestyle like a lifestyle trend, whereas like you go there not to just like drink coffee, but you could go there and do other kind of chores or whatever that means, right? And you said you saw some that's like laundry cafes,
it's so
hair salon cafes. Oh wow, you even said there's a motor dealer space. Cafe.
So basically it's like a coffee, they do like a coffee counter, but it's their own shop, and then they're sharing the space with like a motorcycle dealer. So I guess it's also the rent issue that they're sharing the space, but like it's it looks cool from the outside.
What do you think about these stores? Just like having like I won't say they're like purely just focusing on the agenda of like making like coffee. They're incorporating all these other external factors, right, to of course to sustain their rent and, you know, other things, right, and or make it more niche or interesting, right? In your perspective, like, do you think what do you think about these shops?
I guess for like floristry and cafe, this I get, because I think it would work. Like people who like buy flowers, like would go all the way to like a florist to buy flowers, are those that would probably enjoy just sitting down, getting reading a book with a coffee.
Like the lifestyle and like the personality and everything just aligns.
But with like, you know, there are tattoo parlors and cafes
do not
as well.
know that.
It feels weird. Also, like salon and cafe, I'm not sure about that. Like, would you want to, like, say you're drinking, like you're having a haircut. Like,
what if your hair falls on the cafe?
Exactly.
Coffee?
Like, why would you? I'm not sure that and cafe would really work. Like, you can offer your client like a glass of water, which they probably just would drink like half of it, or like a coffee.
Unless it's like those bottled and like closed coffee, like.
Yeah, but again, that is like completely it goes against the idea of a cafe, right? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like these people are just trying to get more cash, get more money out of it.
Yeah,
you know, which I don't blame them.
The competition is quite fierce,
and this is just something to, I guess, set themselves apart. Well, I mean, it's just interesting. I don't know how effective this is in the long run. But I feel like, I don't know, what do you think like people in Hong Kong kind of look for the most when they go to a cafe?
There are a few types of people, I would say. I mean, for those who like just go there for the gram, then they're either like the influencers or like the followers.
I feel like there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like, because like the Instagram, I feel like, well, I follow like 2 Instagram girls that pretty much got famous, got quite big because of like this cafe hopping mindset and lifestyle, and they basically turned it into their own business. I mean,
just 5 or maybe like even 5 years back, would you like? I wouldn't imagine like cafe like hopping into a cafe. It's a thing, and you can be famous out of it. Yeah, but you know. Still, I'll give them credits because I think I know which one you're talking about. They take pretty good pictures. Yeah. Apparently, like one of them even make an album like out of it. She published a book. What do you call that? Like a photography.
Dang, I think I saw that too. That's quite impressive.
It is.
I think it's a really smart way to do business. It's just like you ride on a trend and then you develop something that people want.
Exactly. Yeah, you go into a shop, you take like way too many pictures, but like from every single angle. Yeah. And then you just publish a book out of it. Yeah.
Impressive.
So there are those, but there are also some like the hipsters.
What are hipsters?
Hipsters.
Am I a hipster?
Not hip enough.
Really?
They go to a cafe every single weekend.
Oh, okay.
Were you there? You're not there today? You're not there tomorrow?
I was there today with you.
Not a cafe?
That's true.
Yeah, not
really
enough.
Not a cafe?
Is that? I mean, yeah, kind of. But you don't like that. These are a different type of people in Hong Kong. Like they would dress. They have to dress like hipsters, and they go in, and they were either like playing with their film cameras or like I don't know, reading a book or like.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Like
kind of going there with the mindset of, I won't say accomplishing something, but like they're going there mindfully.
Exactly. Like, they might not be taking any pictures. Yeah, like they're not doing it for anything, but they're just like they need that juice, that like what do you call that?
Boost.
That boost. Yeah, that boost of like zenness from the coffee shop.
Interesting.
Yeah. And there's also one more kind, the very serious types. Like they would go in, they order geeks, connoisseur, is that the word? Connoisseur. They would ask a lot of questions. Oh, is it nutty? Fruity?
Like very technical.
Exactly. Which country this bean from? How is it? The way it's being made? Is it like dark roasted, light roasted, washed, or like honey washed? I don't know.
At that point, it really becomes educational. It just becomes like a full like class.
They just have a very like deep conversation with the barista. yeah, there are people like these. I mean,
Those are cool.
Charity, she should be a serious coffee drinker as well.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah, if she go into a place, I'm sure she's not just looking for, you know, any kind of coffee.
Yeah.
She's like there for a purpose. Like, I want to
sure.
try like this bean, this bag of beans from you. And yeah, I
like a lot of, like, I heard her say, like, there's a lot of flavor profile.
I understand them, because like coffee, like especially about like single origin coffee, you don't add milk in, you don't add sugar. It's basically just the coffee beans and the water. So like something so simple actually have so much knowledge, so much techniques in it to make it have that specific kind of like the tasting notes. Like, how can you exactly, it's like wine tasting. Like, I drink red wine, I drink 10 bottles of red wine, and that would still taste maybe the same to me, or maybe not exactly the same. Like, I'm not that bad, but like
there's some variants.
I can taste maybe, oh, this is like more fruity, this is like more sweet, this is like more more tannins, whatever. But like for those serious wine tasters, right, like they would taste like, oh, this tastes like chocolate, blueberry, berries.
What are the notes?
Charcoal, yeah. Exactly, the tasting notes.
I really admire those people, because I think for me, like, I'll be honest, like, I do love drinking, I do love eating, but it's like maybe I don't go down that hole so further down, because I'm not madly crazy about it. Like, I like it, and then it's like,
yep,
how much does it take? I think it takes someone that is like truly passionate to be like,
true,
to have that passion to do the research, right, and to put in the extra work and to go explore all these cafes, all these coffee beans, and to have decent conversations with the baristas. And all of this takes passion.
Exactly.
Where do you think you are in the spectrum from like let's say, let's not say they're like the lowest of the low, but like say people who are just there for the gram to go to a cafe, and then there's people who are there to explore different tasting profile and beans. Where are you in this, you think? I'm curious.
I'm like, I wouldn't say exactly in between. I'm probably definitely leaning towards, you know, the connoisseur, but not exactly there. I'm more so, how do you say it? I guess I'm like maybe 100 more coffees before I reach to the connoisseur.
Do you think you would ever be there? Like, do you want to be there?
Maybe. I mean, it's like one of my part of my life, because I literally, like, I get a cup or two every day.
It's becoming your daily life.
It is an
daily regimen.
not obsession, but like, it is a routine thing for me. So might as well just know your beverage, know your everything in life, right? Yeah,
I would say so.
It's like if you do, like, we start serving today, we go next week, we go the week after, and then you would start wanting to do more research on it. You want to get better at that thing. You don't want to just like do it for the sake of doing it.
That's true. I think for me, it's like when I become really passionate of that thing, I'm trying to imagine, like, if I were to be very passionate about coffee and like coffee beans and origin and the history of everything, I think the first step I would do is to go to coffee shops and have those and ask these questions, or like read their like brochures if they have one, because I have to be in that atmosphere to get really interested and hyped up. Like, I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing to just do your research alone in your room. Like, I think by all means, like, you should. But if I were to really feel that, like, I would definitely like, say surfing. Like, for me, I would say, oh yeah, I definitely want to get better. And then for me, I think the fastest way to do it is by asking the instructor the questions that I want to know, and just repetition into like being there and practicing as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because that creates the curiosity,
Yeah.
in my sense.
True.
Yeah.
I guess the fastest way is to do both.
For sure.
Do research, ask questions,
Yeah.
repeat and practice.
Repeat and practice.
Yeah. It's like if you serious about your coffee, then probably you're gonna have to practice at home, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Ask questions.
You have to get
buy
all the
beans.
gears.
Yes. And like really, really serious, well, probably just for the professionals, then they would probably join competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Charity did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive. Do you think, what do you think, I guess just to like lastly close off,
Mm-hmm.
in Hong Kong, like do you think there's like we said, there's a lot of like duplicates of like
Mm-hmm.
similar coffee shops?
Yeah.
What do you want to see differently in this market that would like excite you? Because I think there's always room for like creativity in this.
True.
And we also get why people are just kind of riding the trend, doing similar stuff, because it's been working, right? It's been what the Hong Kong people are craving for, are gravitating for, right? But if you were to, sorry, this is very like 头章, but if you were to, you know, step it up, is there
Take it up
something?
a notch.
Yeah, is there something that you would want to see at a coffee shop? I mean, there's no right or wrong.
I guess right now, because there are way too many coffee shops, so the quality is actually not that consistent.
You would
Like-
focus on the quality.
Yeah, quality is important, especially if you're trying to, you know, like to stay long enough in the business.
Yeah.
Food is kind of a distraction sometimes. Yeah, like I don't know, I heard that from some professional baristas, friends of mine, whatever that is, but they're saying that good cafes, decent cafes don't always serve like really good food. If you like go to a cafe and you're asking about the food, then they already know you're not the right customers for them. Yeah.
So you're saying that maybe you will want to see more cafes that are more centralized in making
yeah,
good coffee, right? Like rather than
Yeah.
expanding their product range, maybe just
Exactly.
focusing on the quality of the beans or the.
I think so.
Mm.
Because I think it's the same approach for many things in life. We talked about it today. Like you really want to nail something,
Yeah.
you just gotta be focused sometimes. Like
mhm.
you can't really nail too many things
Yeah.
at one time.
I don't know. Like I feel like as like coffee shop owners, it's hard. It's like
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, you're trying to get
commercialize.
you're trying to make money, right?
True.
And how do you make like a really focused product line and just be like okay with it and settle for, you know, I mean, it takes
True.
time. I feel like it takes time. It takes the word of mouth. It takes branding. It takes.
But in Hong Kong, it's a little hard.
It
People are
is.
not as what do you say, like focused.
People
Like,
are always striving and looking
yeah,
for
diversity,
new things.
and like they want they kind of like the gimmick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think, just like my end thought to this is, Hong Kong has a lot of different coffee shops, right? And I think there's enough for different types of coffee drinkers in Hong Kong, which is, I think, a new lifestyle, and I think there's gonna be a long-lasting trend too. I don't think this is a trend that is just gonna be like ending within like 5 years. It's becoming something people's like daily regimen, daily lifestyle.
True.
Whether you're a passionate coffee guru or geek, or whether you're going
Yeah.
there for work,
Yeah.
It's-
Because it's like a middle point. Like for those people who like to like go outdoor, you can find an outdoor
Yeah,
cafe.
yeah.
For those who like
There's
shopping,
everything for
you can
everyone.
also exactly. Like it's like who would say no to going for a coffee, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there anything else you want to add?
Not much for now. Just I know. I mean, if you guys know any like really good coffee shops, DM us. Let us know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I would really want to know.
What you guys think and what do you guys gravitate towards
Yeah,
too.
that's right.
All right. So thank you guys for listening. And we hope your day is as peachy as this episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Like and rate this podcast on Spotify and iTunes.
Comment or DM us on any of our social media platforms as well. Talk to you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.